Welcome to a cozy crochet and chat session. This hour is dedicated for you to calm down, get cozy, relax with some craft of your choosing. It is called Crochet and Chat, but I also know that we are plenty of people here who also do other crafts. So if you are in the mindset today that you need to let your hook rest and maybe pick up a needle or a pencil today, feel free to do so. I am ready with a cup of chai tea today in my favorite green mug. And I also have some of my granddad's apples from his garden. We brought a ridiculous amount of apples home with us after this weekend when we were there on his funeral, because the trees were full of them, and I have a hard time throwing away food. So we brought with us a bunch and also gave away a ton to people that we know. So we are now working through those apples before our move that is going to happen at the end of October. 26th is the scheduled move. We will have access to the apartment until the last November, but the goal is to get everything moved during 26th. We have hired a moving company. We have done that during our past 3 moves. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I've been living in Helsinki for 5 years and moved 4 times during those years. So we have a pretty good moving routine by now. But it is, of course, still a lot of work and very draining. I don't know if you have seen the episode from How I Met Your Mother where Lily and Marshall is moving into a house and their apartment is shrinking. I feel like that right now. It feels like we are living in a matchbox. And on top of that, we have guests this weekend. So we are 4 people living in our 42 square meter apartment. Don't get me wrong, I love having guests. We have an open door policy and we love having people over. But right now, after this weekend, I feel like I need some space. But before this live stream, I went on a long walk without Safran because she heard some sounds that she got scared of, so she didn't want to come on a walk with me, so I left her home. But I went on a walk to the sea, and then I came home and showered, and now I feel more relaxed than I was before. My goal today is to crochet on one of my passion projects. I have been crocheting a lot today already during work hours, but that's on the October crochet along that I've been working on. And yes, I'm very excited about that too. And the amigurumi is adorable and it's gonna be so fun to see your reactions when you realize what we're making. But my passion project right now is my bags. and I'm currently working on a spider bag that I would like to get done before the end of October. If I manage to make a pattern for it, I will do that. If I feel like I am doing too much and need to take a chill pill, this is one of the things that I will leave for future me. Because I'm realizing now I put down everything that needs to be done before the move, and it is a pretty hefty list. So I realized that if I even feel slightly on the edge towards burnout, I need to just cancel some of the projects for my own sake and Luca's sake and everybody who is living with me. So yeah, but that is a little bit of an update. I am also going to talk about what is happening in the club during October. I am very sad that I messed up the time zones and couldn't schedule probably for Huipei today. The thing is that we mixed up the time zone, or I mixed up the time zones, and it's now in the middle of the night where she lives. So we decided that we're gonna reschedule, so it's on a normal time over where she lives and a normal time where I live. So we will be able to catch up with her in November, and I'm very, very excited. I've been excited to talk to her all month, and I'm very sad that this happened. And yeah, I don't know what I can say. I'm only human. These things happen, but I'm glad that she wants to reschedule and to join our Crochet and Chat in November. So stay tuned for that. In October, let me start before before continuing, because otherwise there is a slight chance that I will not get any crocheting done and just ramble all evening. Hello, Saffron. Saffron's been very needing recently. I think she wants puppies really badly. Yeah, I know. So she wants to cuddle and sleep, and then she's very whiny currently. Let me know what you're working on. Are you working on any autumnal projects, any amigurumis, or are you doing any other crafts tonight? I would love to hear. The reason why I'm not working on the front and the back panel for the bag currently is because the lighting right now at my table is very bad. We are definitely heading into darker seasons here in Finland, but actually, to be honest, I don't mind. I think it's pretty cozy, but crocheting with black yarn is horrible. I've noticed I have not made a big black project in a while, and it is very annoying at times. So I am gonna start working on the lining instead, which is gonna be, now the lighting is very yellow, but this is pink, so a light pink. I'm making the entire bag from Karma Cotton this time, which I haven't done before. I have only made it in thinner cotton but double-stranded, and now I'm making it in single-stranded Karma Cotton, which means, and a 3.5mm hook, so not a 4.0 that I usually use, which means it takes a little bit longer to get the size that I want, but it's okay. I don't hate Karma Cotton for bags, to be really honest. I think it's a pretty good yarn for bags, because at least when I crochet it with 3.5, it gets very sturdy. It's gonna be fun to see how it holds up when I use it, because that you can never know with cotton yarns if it is gonna like get fuzzy or not. My whale bag has gotten a little bit fuzzy, but that is probably because I used a lot of weird mixed old cotton yarns. So honestly, I don't really know what kind of cotton yarns is in that bag. And some of them are very like loosely twined. So I guess that is a factor too. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 chains. That's a very weird. I like to use even numbers in my crochet, and 11 feels like a weird number to start on, but maybe. $11 it is, I guess. My music program is acting weird today. Usually, the music comes on automatically, but today I have to go in. Is that because I'm not logged in? Okay. Just a second. That might be the reason. That was the wrong password. Oh yes. Maybe this was the issue. Nice. I didn't even know that you could listen to music on Epidemic Sound, is what I'm using. If you didn't have an account, that was new information. It is also very hard to see your stitches because I haven't written down the pattern yet, so I'm trying to just read you what I did on the front and the back panel. But it was, easier said than done. It is so much nicer to work with light pink than the black yarn. I am also working on a video where I crochet this bag. So the idea was to get that ready last week, but I suddenly got so many other YouTube video ideas that went ahead in the schedule. So I put this on hold, and hopefully in October there could be a crochet a spider bag video with me, and then the pattern. The pattern shouldn't take that long to make. It's just the crocheting itself, and right now I need to prioritize the crochet along pattern and amigurumi together with a big project and those amigurumis. What else do I have currently on the hook? I guess those are the biggest right now. Yep. That went into my teacup. What have I done on the next round? Increases. So it's like, it's a very, I really like the shape of this bag because it's not round. So it's not ridiculously big as the crab bag, but it is a bit oval, which I like, but still roundish. If you saw my sketch pictures, I did a poll on Instagram asking whether you liked a more square bagged or a round bag, and I couldn't decide, so I did something in between. It looks so nice. Oh, it's so light. This is like the shape, and then I just crochet around. But it gets like this octagon oval shape because of the increases. So I need to figure out if I want to go with a short zipper that is between these increases, or then a zipper that goes over them and that is slightly bent. I don't know. Depends on if you can fit your phone into the smaller hole. I might go with that. But then on the other hand, it's very annoying if you have a too small hole in your bag and you can't like get into it properly. So I need to figure that out and test out different things. I was thinking very carefully if I wanted to go with pink on the lining once again, because currently all of my bags have pink lining, and I tried to think about different colors that would work, but at the end I just was like, pink is the best one. I was like, pink or yellow. Really bright green would also have been fun if you want to go more of Halloween or orange, but I felt like pink. Why am I so obsessed with pink? I don't know what it is. Something else that is happening this week, which is very exciting, is that it is pattern release for the Christmas wall calendar. My UFO that has been a UFO for a ridiculous time, it would have been good with a name that would have been UFO related, just because the fact that it has taken me over 5 or even 6 years to finish that project, but it is finished and I'm so happy with it. I'm so excited to get to use it and stuff it with full of candy and trinkets for Lucas. And yeah, it's gonna be fun to have it in our new home. And I love how colorful it turned out. So that is gonna be released tomorrow. The feedback have been varied, or like the feedback have been positive, but there haven't been like screamingly a lot of feedback compared to Wall It Away bag, for example. But that is okay. I mean, it's a Christmas pattern. It is also not an amigurumi, which my majority of followers likes. So it's a different pattern that I've compared to my other patterns. But I still feel like it has the essence of Garnknuten and the colorful, funky feel of it all. So that is happening tomorrow. I've already made the Shopify listing, so it's just for me to click on publish. I also made the Etsy listing because I think that this pattern might do pretty well on Etsy. My bag patterns have been doing pretty well on Etsy, so I feel like maybe the bag pattern segment over there might not be as saturated as the amigurumi. So I'm excited to release this pattern, especially on Etsy, to be honest. Of course, also in my own shop, but I want to see how it goes there and if people find it over there. I've also made all the Pinterest marketing already. So tomorrow I need to just click on publish, do some marketing on social media, send some emails, put it on Ravelry, and market it right crazy. That's usually what happens during the pattern launch days. It's honestly just a lot of marketing and screaming about it and chatting about it like a parrot. Okay, I think these panels was I usually tend to have a system when I make certain shapes, but for this I did not have a system, so I experimented quite a lot, but it worked out at the end. My main issue is when you crochet something in this shape and you crochet it in spiral, that it tends to like start to twist, and how to get the increases evenly spaced so that it doesn't become bulky if you have too many increases, and if you have too few you get like a bone. So to find that middle ground can be a little bit tricky, but it worked for this. I had to put some browns with no increases in between, just because it started to like ruffle up, which it does if you have too many increases. So, but I just fixed that by frogging a little bit, making a couple of rows with only single crochets, and then continue as I did before. Another thing that I've been thinking about is if I want straight legs or bent legs for the spider. Hi Marielle! Hi Minerva! No worries, there is always the replay over in the members hub if you want to catch up the beginning and what I've been chatting about. Let me know what you are working on. Are you crocheting? I'm keeping you accountable now so you don't sit and work, for example. Because this is your own time. This is your cozy me time. But in your case, your time. It is so nice and relaxing to crochet something that is like repetitive, because I've done it twice already, so I know exactly what to do. With designing something completely new, it involves so much frogging, so which can be a little bit annoying sometimes, so it's nice to have a little bit of break with that. Now I'm confused though. Okay, I've done right. It's always when you are at the beginning / end and you see what you've done and you're like, should that increase be there? But then you realize that it's because of the beginning. I'm stuffing a knitted bunny. That sounds exciting. I do want to see how that bunny looks like. Marielle, I am crocheting a cushion for my office chair. If you want to, please share some pictures in the Discord on what you're currently making. It would be so lovely to see your projects. I would also need to do something for my office chair because it's one of these IKEA. It's very nice to sit in, but because it's fabric covered and I like to sit barefoot in it, it gets dirty, and I don't know if it's even possible to take the cover off. I don't really think so. So I think I need to cover it up with something, or as you're doing, Marielle, maybe make some kind of pillow for it. But I think that's a after the move project. I am very excited for the move because I will have a studio again, but there is also a lot to do before the move. But one task at a time. One task at a time. And it's still only September. For a couple of days left. It's still September. I'm gonna try and not jump in ahead of time, and also enjoy the time we have left here in Helsinki. I tend to get very excited about stuff and think about that a lot. For example, the move. I'm very excited about the move, so I've been thinking a lot about how to which colors we are gonna have on the walls, what we're gonna do about the kitchen, but I also realize that I need to kind of take a step back, because there will be time for that too, and I don't want to try to live like here and now and not only in the future, because I tend to live in the future a lot. Oh yeah, next week will be October. I'm trying not to think about that. Just because if it's October, I know that it's only like 4 weeks until the move. But if it's still September, then it's chill. It is fine. But yeah, it is soon October. But I am excited for the autumn. Especially November and December, which is not autumn anymore, I know. But the time after we have moved and settled in and getting all cozy. And to be honest, Christmas decorating. I talked with my 10-year-old nephew the other day about Christmas decorations, because she has already planned hers, and I got so excited and we bonded because we were both very excited for Christmas, even though it's September. So that was funny. Frida, I'm working on Ebba the Unicorn for my niece. She got to look at all your patterns and choose which one she wanted. Oh, I'm happy she wanted an Ebba the Unicorn. Are you making her in the original colors, or do you have another color scheme that you are working on? I actually have a cousin for Ebba the Unicorn in my UFO pile. It is a zebra, but she is not currently on my this you need to design and write a pattern for list. She is in my maybe in the future list. She's not even in the maybe, she is in the future list, but she's just in my UFO pile. As you might know, we all have them, and there is nothing to be ashamed of. It is very natural. I will make her light pink instead of white. Oh, that will look amazing. She is a fun project. Okay, now I'm starting a new There is a system, but I need to crochet a couple of rounds so that I can see the system in this piece, if you understand what I mean, instead of checking the system from a separate piece, as I'm doing now. Are you excited for the crochet along that starts next week on Tuesday? I am so excited to drop the first piece and to get your thoughts about what we're gonna make. I have made it. I have tried to place the parts so that it's gonna be tricky to try and guess during the first parts what we're making, just to keep it as a surprise. I am super excited! Yay, Maril! Minerva, I'm excited! Woohoo! That is the program for October inside of the club, as well as the Crochet and Chat is switched out to the assembling party as usual. So we will sew it up together. There is not a ridiculous amount of sewing, but if you were attending during Cam the Chameleon, the summer call, it is a bit more than on him. Frida, I'm also very excited. Marielle, and I love surprises. Yeah, I do too. And it's usually the October crochet along and the December one that I am most excited for. Maybe because they have a more specific theme to go after than the summer and the spring one. But I am very excited. It's gonna be. I hope that you will like this one. My nephew has been asking for this thing for a while now, so I hope he's gonna be happy. I'm gonna save it for his next birthday, I think. He always asks for a amigurumi. He turned 7 recently, so I'm like, as long as he asks for amigurumis, I am gonna provide, because there will be a time when he doesn't ask anymore. My niece asked for a Wally the Whale bag in pink, I think. I need to check with her. But to be honest, it's a lot of work and I don't know if I have time to crochet that. I tend to give them already made amigurumis just because that I have in stock. But he got to design his own Wally the Whale when he watched me wearing it. He was like, ooh, I would choose rainbow colors for this section, and then a turquoise for this section, and then a black tail and turquoise fins. So I thought it was a very fun thing that he got to like design his own, even though I don't know if I will be able to make him one, maybe in the future someday when I have more time. But I don't know. I might at some point need to hire a sample crocheters, or sample crocheter, or just order someone to make it. Here you have the pattern. I will pay you to make my own amigurumi. Is that weird? Oh. Or then we just wait for them to come into an age where they can crochet their own stuff. Me and Lucas have been thinking about maybe starting a new YouTube channel dedicated to the house and the renovations in the house. Right now it feels like a big project to start a second channel, but we will see. Sorry. Almonds in my throat. At least I'm gonna start by making a separate Instagram account because I feel like I want to document the process, and I know we are gonna have a slightly different style on our stuff, so I would like to share that process, and if I can only inspire one person to bring a little more color into their home, I feel like that's enough. But I can't start flooding the Garnknuten Instagram account with home stuff. So I think the solution is to start a new one, which is gonna be an interesting experience because I haven't started a new Instagram account since forever. And it's gonna be interesting to see if I can implement stuff that I have learned over the years on that. Or if it's just playing with the algorithm. And if it is just putting stuff out there and see if it flies, because sometimes Instagram feels like that. It's just putting stuff out there and sometimes your post flies and sometimes it dies. It's the same over on TikTok, to be honest. I've had a period when my TikToks got a couple of thousand views and then suddenly it dropped and I got a couple of hundred over a certain period of time. Then I took a break and then I posted one post last week or a couple of days ago that got a couple of thousand again. So now it's like back to normal, or like the normal that it was before. But it is just weird. It feels like it's like gambling. It's like gambling. So instead of focusing on metrics, I focus on the creative stuff and that it's fun to make content for people and show people what I'm doing and inspire people to be more creative. And if that content gets seen by 2 people, that's okay. That's okay. That was my social media ramble of the day. Ah. Oh, another thing that I can talk to you about now that I haven't told anyone yet. If you watched my previous studio vlog, I think I mentioned that I applied to... I applied to a magazine. I submitted a pattern for a magazine. That's how you say it in English. And it got accepted. So I am gonna have my first pattern inside a magazine. It is the Line magazine, and it is a Finnish knitting magazine that is releasing a special crochet edition. And this magazine is in English, in US terms, written, so I highly recommend to check if it's available where you are. It's coming out in spring. They didn't have a specific month yet. The only place I do know that have them is at least UK and Finland, of course. But I bet they have resellers at least in Europe, and I think also in the USA, because I mean it's written in US terms, so it would be a little bit odd if they wouldn't be selling in US too. Minerva, do you follow the house project of Jude? Formerly Stranded Podcast. A bit of renovation inspiration for you. No, I don't. I need to add this to my list. If you have YouTube channels that renovates houses, I am obsessed with those. I currently watch several. I found a channel that I don't remember, but she just bought a house for $1 and she's renovating that. I also watch Jenna, is that her name? She who used to do a lot of crochet content over on YouTube, but bought a house and have now very little left of that house because they had to tear almost everything down and now they are rebuilding it. I also follow a channel where Rosie, Roaming Wild Rosie, I think it's called. She bought a house in Sweden and has been renovating that for a couple of years now. She has done a lot. I don't think she has a lot left in the house, but that is a very cozy channel too to watch. Also a couple in Spain, no, maybe they are in Italy, who bought a house there and renovates that. Yeah, I'm obsessed. That is the main thing that I'm currently watching when I'm crocheting. People buying houses. I especially like when people buy abandoned old houses. It's because I think it's so beautiful when people take their time and revive a old house that might have been just torn down by someone else, but that there are people that actually want to put their love and soul into a house and make it a home again. I feel like that is very, 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 very nice. It's Rewilding Jude. Rewilding Jude. I'm gonna write that up because otherwise I am gonna forget it. Yeah, I would love to have a YouTube channel or start one where we could document the process and learn as we go and share our experience. But we will see. The goal for that would be very like cozy but inspiring vibes. We will see. There is a lot to do though, because it hasn't been renovated since the 80s. So it's very the house is in a very good condition, and it has been very good, like, taken care of, but the style is a little bit outdated, so we're gonna paint. I am dreaming of a pink kitchen. The kitchen right now has wooden cabinets, and I would like to paint them pink. We will see. We will see if that comes true or not. I know it's a huge project, so we might start smaller and paint some of the walls to begin with and get settled in and see what we want to do and where we want to do it before we do anything big. Like, for example, putting in a fireplace. There is a plan for putting in a fireplace, but there isn't one currently, and I would love to have a open fireplace again. We used to have it in my student apartment. It was such a luxury thing to have. The apartment in itself was very old and very not in that good of a condition. We also had mice and incredibly large spiders in the bathroom. But we did have a fireplace. So that made it definitely worth to live there. It was also very cheap. So for a student, it was the perfect first apartment. I mean, I know my eyesight is bad, but it feels like I don't see anything in this lighting on black. I don't know how it can be that ridiculously hard to see anything that you have made in black. Have any one of you tried those crochet hooks that lights up like a pocket light? I would love to buy one of those neck lights. That might actually be my next investment for myself. Because now that it's getting darker, we need proper lighting to do our crafts. And I know Cindy from Knits has one of those lights, so I might grab one of those, because I know she has another product, I don't know if it's launched already, but that I am very excited for, so I might grab that at the same time. Years ago, one on Amazon, it sucked. Okay, yeah, maybe not. Maybe that is not the solution for crocheting with black yarn. Maybe the lights that goes like around your neck is a better solution. Or then we just skip crocheting with black yarn. My Marielle, I haven't found a good lighting hook. They are mainly made of plastic and I like metallic on the hook for easy sliding. Yeah, I'm the same. I don't think I would like the the texture of the hook. I have a couple of like old Novita plastic hooks, but I never use them. I only use metallic hooks. I don't even like the wooden hooks because I don't feel like they are sliding as well as the metallic hooks. Frida, I bought a neck light last week but haven't tried it yet. Let us know, Frida, how you like it, if you think it is worth the investment. Marielle, I used a neck lamp for crocheting with black yarn or just while my boys are watching a movie and I want to crochet next to them. Yeah, that's a good idea. I think I would I think I could also use it when you are saying that you're using it when they are watching movies. In the evenings, Lucas doesn't really like when there are harsh lights on. So maybe those could work also for reading or when you crochet in bed. And then that light might not annoy him as much as a regular bedside lamp. We need to solve this issue when we move and try to find some kind of bed lights that has like a cozy lighting but is enough for reading but not too harsh. I don't know if that kind of thing even exists, but we need to figure something out. Or maybe this is the solution, the neck lights, and then you just have some cozy ambient lighting for the mood, and then you have the neck light for actually seeing what you read, for example. The other lamp I used was a camping light, the one you strap in your forehead. I have one of those. But I wonder if that is too much. If someone sits, like if Lucas sits beside me. But if I'm alone, that's a great idea. That's a really good idea. And I mean, if you don't want to have it on your forehead, maybe you could just strap it around your neck and it would be enough. I need to do some experimenting. It is 9 o'clock, my friends, so it is time to end this live stream. I got started on the lining, so I'm really happy because this means that I can continue now on the couch after this live stream when I've got some momentum on my crocheting. I hope that you got to relax and take some time enjoying your crafts with me. Thank you so much. Get ready and excited for the October crochet along next week. The first part arrives on Tuesday. Until then, I will see you inside of the Discord chat and in the Facebook group. Have a really nice rest of the evening and soon weekend, because it's Friday tomorrow. See you around. Bye.